Hi friends! This is Heather, the Imperfectly Perfect Stitcher. Today is September 10th. It's a Monday, and it is also my 1-year Flosstubaversary. So yay! 1 year! Woo-hoo. Um, I can't believe it's been a year since I sat down to make my first video. Um, haven't made as many videos as I had hoped, but that's life. It is what it is. I've had a fun time with the ones I've gotten to make. I'm even wearing the same shirt. Still have it, still love it. And what I thought I'd do in just a few minutes is because it is the actual anniversary. I don't know if this video is going to get up today or tomorrow. It'll kind of just depend on how long it takes to upload, and I want to do some editing and make this a little bit more fun. But one thing I did want to do, sorry, I've got piles all around me, so I want to make sure I know where things are. No notes, because that's how I roll. But I'm going to do like a little then and now. So I'm going to show you some whips that I showed you on my very first video and show you kind of where I'm at with those now. And then I have all the usual stuff to go through. Whips. Don't think I have any finishes since that last video. Lots more haul and a couple of plans. So lots to share. Settle in. This might be one of my longer ones, but we'll see. Life update. So the last video that I did, I had both kids home from school. I was in school. I've been working, and we are finally getting back into a routine. My oldest started first grade. This is his 3rd week of school, and we are finally settling in. Sorry, it's really hot here. I'm really kind of jealous of all of you friends out there telling you that fall weather is coming, because here in San Diego, we had a teaser week last week. It was like low 70s, beautiful, perfect, kind of like hoodie in the morning. And now we're back up to 80s and it's hot. But it'll probably be like this through October. Can't really complain, but sorry. Can't really complain because it's, Southern California and I live here for a reason, but it's been a lot of hot this year. Anyway, so life update. So he's back in school. He's doing great. His first week was a little rocky. They had him in one class with a teacher I love and I'd hoped for, and you can't request teachers at the school, so I was so excited to get her. Then in the middle of the day, they switched him without telling me into a new class, into a teacher I really didn't like, and he was like last on my wish list. I was going to kind of deal with it because I know that schools have their reasons and they've got to balance out the kids, but I wasn't happy. Tried to give it a chance, and it wasn't working for my son, and it wasn't working for me. So I was very, very, very stressed out that first week, and I had to go mama bear style and kind of get a little cranky, which again is not my personality. I don't like confrontation. I don't like to get edgy, but his well-being and education was at stake. And then there was actually an incident with 2 students. Thankfully, my kid was not involved, so I had to get even crankier. And I finally got him back in the class that he started out in, and it's been so great. He's been loving it. And he does karate twice a week, and he's loving that. And what else? My youngest started speech therapy again this week. We suspect he may have something called CAS, which is childhood apraxia of the speech. And all that is there's a misfire. He knows what he wants to say, and when he tries to get his mouth to form the words, it's just not there. So there's a misfire between his brain and his mouth. And he's very receptive. He just turned 3 in August. His receptive language is almost off the charts. Like, he understands, and he can understand complex instructions and thoughts, and he gets what we're saying. It's just trying to get it out. So he's, quite behind in speech. And, the diagnosis was kind of like an interesting little, like, whoa. But truthfully, kind of knowing what's going on and having that has been a blessing in disguise because now we can get him some services and he gets to go hang out with some kids his age and do his thing. And because he's only 3, his speech sessions are really short, so it's drop off, and so I just go sit in the car. So now I get to have a travel project, which I'm stoked on because I've never been in the car long enough to have a travel project. So I'll go over that in a few. And what else? I finished my class, so yay! I passed my class, so now I will be a certified lactation education counselor. So I can teach breastfeeding classes, both prenatally and postpartum, and I can troubleshoot basic lactation issues. So if a mom is having trouble, I can kind of help her out there. But since I'm not an IBCLC yet, I'll have to refer her out if it's too complex. And I do want to become an IBCLC, but I have a lot of schooling to get done first. And I think I'm going to take the rest of this year off of school. And I may not even pursue my IBCLC until the youngest is in kinder, because what I learned over the summer is trying to entertain 2 kids and work and school was really tough. And not just because it ate into almost all of my stitching time, which was a bummer, but you know, I need to go through school. I got to do what I got to do. It was just really hard to keep these guys entertained and engaged and not sitting in front of the TV all day, which, you know, is fine to an extent, but I just didn't love it. So I think I'm going to wait till both kids are in school. I keep pointing over there because the youngest is napping back there and he may make a surprise appearance before we're done here. So we'll see how that goes. Also, again, no notes. I tend to ramble. No apologies. Sorry. Because it is my 1-year Flosstubaversary, there will be a giveaway at some point in this video. Not at the end, not at the beginning, just somewhere. And I'm doing that because I kind of want to give this giveaway, especially to some people who actually watch my videos. And if I tell you it's at the end, you could just and go find it. So I want you to kind of pay attention. And it will fold in nicely to what I'm talking about anyways. Okay, so the then and now. I don't remember the order in which I showed these whips on my first video. So I'm just gonna, I watched it real quick and I'm gonna try that fancy thing where I can't do that. You know, the picture goes there. But if not, I'll go away and the picture will come up. So one of the first, and some of these are still on a Q-snap. I'm not gonna take them off, this one in particular. So one of the first, hopefully I'm not just pointing here for nothing, but one of the first whips I showed was my Heaven and Earth Designs Owl Family Portrait. And when you saw it, it was about there. And now it's up to here. Plus there's another page up here. I haven't touched this in a while. Let's see, in Mania. I got really motivated and did an almost monogamous mania and worked on this guy. And so I was able to finish this page with his face, and then I started working down here. And truthfully, like this right here will finish off page 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This will finish off the 6th page. And I'm super close. You would think I would just do it. But as you will find out shortly, well, I'm going to finish this, but I'm having some midlife stitchy crisis situations. But anyway, so yay. I'm probably going to say this about every single thing I hold up, but I'd really like to kind of get back to this. I've kept it on the Q-snap and in front of my face. I just need to find a time where I can really sit and devote a couple of weeks to it and finish off this page, and then hopefully that'll motivate me to finish or get more done. So there you go. So that was one of the whips I showed in my very first video. Another whip I showed was this, or this. So this is Be Inspired from Stitchrovia, and this was a whip that I invited myself into the cell. This is the first piece that I ever started stitching on, and I think I called it a linen in my first video, but it's kind of an even weave. And this is where I'm at now. Okay, I will say this about everything also. I love every piece that I have. And I was actually talking to Bendy Stitchy a little bit about what I'm doing stitching wise, but I'm struggling with this one. This fabric kind of sucks. I think it's an MCG textile, just something I found at Hobby Lobby. It's really super uneven. I mean, I think it's even like a 28 count. And you would think that would be easy to stitch on, but I've had to restitch this sparrow like 7 times because it just doesn't line up. And so it's been a little frustrating. And I think that's why I put this down. However, now that I'm holding it up, the colors are gorgeous. Whoops, hold please.
This is a reminder.
Alexa, stop. Sorry about that. It was probably a little, just a little jump in the video. Alexa was reminding me something. I told her to remind me, and I needed to take care of that. Okay. Anyways, so the colors on this are really, really pretty. And I don't know if I can see this hanging in my house, but I can see this hanging in somebody else's house, or maybe my house. And it's so far along that I'd really like to finish it. I'm just not into finishing it right now. So maybe next year. I was halfway contemplating a like year of Sal's next year. And not working on only Sal's. Because once I tell myself you can only work on this, I have zero desire to work on that project. But maybe as a focus piece, I don't know. I haven't worked out all the details. Okay, one of the next pieces I showed was this. And, excuse me, this was a free pattern from Needle Knowledge. It's called Red Quaker Cross Stitch Sampler. I don't think you can get it anymore. I originally saw this on Jessie Marie Does Stuff page. Excuse me. And I fell in love with it. And when I saw it last, you just saw it was very, very little done. And I'm here now. I'll show you. I guess I should have showed you the whole picture of being inspired to. But this is what it will look like when it's done. So I'm still working on the first page. This is an interesting piece because it calls to me and I want to get a whole bunch done. I mean, I think I did all of this like in one go, not one day, but like one rotation of working on it. And it works out really pretty. And I like it because you can use any colors you want. I am using DMC 3705, and 815. And they're working up kind of nicely. Don't know where my light went, but it's okay. Oh, I can get more light. Hang on. Okay, cool. I think we got better light. Yeah, there we go. Anyway, so that's as far as I am on this. And like I said, I'm just working on it and when it calls to me. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. Okay. 2 more things to talk about in this section. Okay, so one more whip that I showed you was this massive thing. And this is let me see if I don't have a picture of the whole thing. This is a piece I found on Etsy. And at the time that I started back up in stitching, which was back in like April, May of last year, the only thing I really knew was 14 count Ida. So I just went and bought 14 count Ida, a big, giant, massive piece of 14 count Ida. And this is how big the sucker needs to be. And as you can tell, I really haven't gotten hardly anything done since last year, September 10th. I'm still pretty much here. I'm really contemplating what I'm going to do with this, if I'm going to finish or not. I wanted this as a piece for the boys' room because I want to do their room in like a space theme, outer space theme, and I think it'll be really cool, but it's a boatload of black and a lot of confetti when it comes to here. I need to look up who charted this, but I'm not 100% sure it was anything other than just kind of put into a program and converted, which caused a lot of confetti, which is fine, but it's just taking forever, and it's definitely not calling to me, especially not with all these other fun projects that you're about to see. So we're going to see. I might try a full coverage here. I don't know. Okay. And the last thing I'm going to show you is I swore in my first video I was about to start. All right, I'm going to show you that thing. I was going to start this Heaven and Earth Designs Heather, and this is exactly as far as I am. Haven't started it, but I still think she's super hot. But I've got a lot of full coverage, and I'm just not ready to start another full coverage. Okay. Whips. Who's that from? Oh, Denkai Designs. I love her. I wonder where she's been. I think she was moving. Anyhow, okay. Whips. Oh, my first whip is not actually a whip. So I have this box for I use mostly DMC. I use mostly DMC, so I bobbinate. It's how I like it. It's my double-sided box. And I just bobbinate in order. Done. However, I was realizing that as I was trying to kit up things, I have this ginormous bag of floss. And I couldn't tell what I had, what I didn't have. So I literally spent, it was like 3 or 4 days, and I took out of here all the duplicates, and then I bobbinated what I had. The duplicates then went in here. So these are all little snack bags, and they are, got a little card in here. So I only have one of each skein in my floss box, and then if I have a duplicate, it goes in here. So this way, when I'm kitting something up, I know for a fact that if it's not in here, I don't own it. And then if I look in here and the skein's almost gone, I can go to here. And then if I have it, if I have a couple more skeins, awesome. If I don't, then I can get one. When I kit things up, like if it says I need 4 skeins of something, I don't buy 4 skeins unless it's like the tiniest little project or it's a monochromatic project. I usually just buy 1, maybe 2, because I've got enough. I've got so many projects, and it's not like I'm going to sit down and only work on that project. So there you go. So that was my first whip, and I'm super stoked that's done. Okay, other things I have been working on. One of the things I have been working on is like I said, I didn't watch my last video, so I'm not sure if you've seen all of this stuff, but it is what it is. Is my Carriage House Samplings Halloween at Hawk Run Hollow. I'm still working on the first block. This, I believe, is a 46 count, 40 count. Picture This Plus fabric. I cannot for the life of me remember the name. And I'm loving this. I'm stitching this 1/2. I'm a little intimidated by the spiderweb back stitching. I tried it once already and it looked awful, so I ripped it out. But this house is done except for the back stitching, so I can start working on the hill. And this was calling to me a lot. I'm really, really enjoying high count fabrics 1/2. And that's one of the things I messaged Michelle Bendy about. I was like, I don't know what to do because I've got this thing full of whips and I've got like 3 projects total that are calling to me. And so she talked me out of my crazy and gave me some suggestions that I'm going to take into consideration. So I might start going through those, doing some UFOs and some whips and or giveaways, and we'll see. Okay, the second thing that has been calling my name, like screaming my name, is Eliza Belcox. I am stitching this 1/2, except for the words, which are 1/1. And this is something like 50 count fabric. I'm using the fabric and the floss from Victorian Motto samplers. Can't remember what count it is. I'm going to say if you have this and you're wanting to stitch it or you're going to stitch it, and you're using Victorian Motto, she did a really great job getting the colors to match. But there are some things, and I'll show you in a minute. Started over here, like this flower in particular, this bottom, where am I? This like bottom green is not that green. So there are some color variations, and it may not look exactly like this, but it's still coming out incredibly beautiful, and I'm very happy with it. I don't know why. I mean, I do know why. It's freaking gorgeous, but like I feel like I just want to stitch on this all the time. So here's where I'm at. So this is the border of the first page and some words. I'll get closer in a minute. The fabric is this very soft, buttery yellow linen. It's, like I said, I think it's like 50 count. It's a really high count. It's the highest count I've ever used. And I'm actually not having any problems with it. But the words are 1/1. And so I can only do a couple at a time because then my eyes start going buggy. And I'm only 37 and I'm starting to use cheaters to get through that because holy cow. And it's really crazy because when you are stitching it, you're like, that doesn't even look like a word. Like your eyes are just like, it's just so blurry. But then you come back a little bit and it's very clearly, there is 2. But holy cow, look how pretty these colors are. They're so pretty. So yeah, I'm gonna just keep working on that as I see fit. Because she just keeps calling to me. Probably will put her away for a little bit because things are coming up that are exciting me. There you go. Okay, 2 more whips. I was super, super fortunate enough to get an advanced copy of Mr. and Mrs. Delicious from Lindy Stitches. Freaking, like, it's so cute. You guys have to get this. Bendy Stitch is doing an October turkey sal, so our Canadian friends can celebrate Thanksgiving with their turkeys. So there's an easy one. I was gonna do Thomas from I even have them in here. I think this fabric. Oh no, not Forgotten Farm. This is my other debate. I might do him too, but we'll see. Anyways, I've barely gotten a start on this. Like I said, I've been really, yeah, like literally. That's all I have. This minder was in my shop. Somebody over the weekend bought the last 4 I have, all to one person. So I'm hoping that person spreads the wealth. But I'm sure there's other turkeys out there. I have so many minders. I'm going to get to minder shop talk here soon. I have so many to list. It's asinine. And then I started pulling some threads. I get the Victorian Motto Thread of the Month Club. So I'm just pulling. These ones actually are converted, like the DMC works because they're DMC conversion ones. And then I'll just use DMC for the rest. I'm really excited. I think, oh, where's my travel project? Oh, right there. I think after I get through a little bit more of my travel project, which is this, I'll switch my travel to that, or maybe I'll just bust that out in a little bit. Okay, my new travel project, Halloween Quaker. There was an Instagrammer, I believe her name is Bev, something right here, Bev Stitch something. She posted her finish. Beautiful finish. Her fabric is gorgeous. You gotta go check it out. Anyways, then Michelle Bendy messaged me and said, we need to finish this. And I said, okay. So I started working on it again. This is the piece that I have in its entirety. Bendy Stitchy Hold. Okay, so before everybody freaks out, this fabric, yes, it's beautiful. You cannot get this fabric, and I'm really sorry. This is a 28 count Monaco. I sent Michelle two of these and said, dye these please and let's stitch something. We decided to stitch this. She dyed this most beautiful, perfect fabric, and I'm very fortunate to have one of the only two pieces in existence. Please do not go bug her to death about recreating this because it's really hard, and she's got a lot going on with that Alzheimer's sale, you guys. It was fantastic. I only got 2 charts. You guys are fast. That's okay. The 2 I love, so I'm okay. Rambling. Anyways, so I'm obviously working on the Halloween town motif. Yesterday I got this house done and this tree done. This tree is wabi sabi because he does not line up perfectly, but as Kitchen Stitcher says, so be it. I'm leaving it. So there's this house left in this house, and then I've been avoiding the spider motif, so I think I'm going to tack that next. Then there's a lot of little things, and then I'll be almost done with these 2 pages. But now that I pulled it out, I'm like, oh yeah, I gotta finish this. I have a lot to go though. So yeah, so this guy will stay in the car with me. I'm getting kind of to a point with school pickup too that I'm gonna have a little bit more time in the school pickup line. I'm such a mom. And then I can work on it in karate too. Okay, the last thing I have as a whip is a new start. Barbara Anna's All Creatures Great and Small. I'm going to go ahead and take this off the hoop real quick so you can appreciate this fabric. This fabric is everything. This fabric. First, just look at this fabric. Perfect representation of color. This is a fabric, a 40 count fabric called Rusty Nail. This was hand dyed by Teresa the Kitten Stitcher, and I bought it on her website, and it will be perfect. Yes, this is all I have because I was all giddy to start this, and I realized I had exactly 3 colors. So now I can work on it more. So there you go. Plans. I want to keep working on All Creatures. But I also have, like a lot of people, Lady of the Flag. This is not a whip or haul or anything yet. Lady of the Flag. Most people are starting her tomorrow. I will be starting her as soon as I'm done with this video because I have the time. I don't think I'll have the time tomorrow. I'm stitching this on a 32 count Ice Blue Belfast by Swigert. I got this on 1, 2, 3 stitch. I think it'll be beautiful. So there you go. Okay, so those are my whips. Haul, because you know there's a lot of haul. And in fact, some of the haul we're going to be opening right here live. Or live to me, not live to you. Wet my whistle. Okay. So a lot of people have been crediting Bindi Stitchy with the Stitchy wish list thing. I just want to say that she is an incredible machine of information. I do know that she didn't start it, which I don't think she cares if I call her out. She never claimed to. But she did talk about it. And after she talked about it, Link is my homeboy, Heather, tagged me in the Stitchy wish list. I tagged Michelle, and then Michelle tagged some people, and then Michelle talked about it on her floss tube, and it just exploded from there. So after Michelle talked about it, I'd already posted my wish list. I got like 5 messages in one day, and all 5 messages were people willing to fulfill 5 or so of my different wishes, and I was blown away. I'm not going to credit people by name except for one right here because I'm not really 100% sure if they'd be appreciative of that. But a while back when I had posted this chart, Jessie Marie offered to send it to me when she's done, and I agreed. So I don't think Jessie watches this, but if you do, you don't need to send it to me anymore. If not, I'll totally message you and let you know, because I was able to buy Victorian House number 9, Judith Kirby. This was my unicorn chart, and it's in my hands. It is, it's got a little bit of markings on it, but I got this at a steal. You look on eBay for this sucker, it's like $60 or more. I did not pay that. No, nowhere close. So thank you for that. This is going to be one of my mania starts. If you gifted me something off my wish list, please know 2 things. 1, or 3 things. 1, I'm blown away and I'm ever thankful. 2, I have been watching people's wish lists. I don't have a lot of stash to give out, but if I'm trying to help connect people at least so they can get a hold of things. And then 3, if you don't see me start this right away, please know it is in plans. If I don't start it ahead of Mania, it will be started in Mania. This other one, I made a working copy because I totally thought I was going to start it and then got distracted. But I also got Double Double, Toil and Trouble from, Toil and Trouble from Plum Street Samplers. I was going to start this, but then I was really looking at, it's hard to see in this. The variegation in the trees. I really want to get some overdyes, so I think I need to save up for that and make that special. Got those. I also got Kathy Barrick's Good Intentions. Again, another Mania stir. Then I believe, and before I say it, I'm going to open it. Ooh. Flash that real fast because got my address on it. Yes. The ever lovely Darla Beckerson messaged me and said, "Oh, I have this chart. I'll send it to you when I'm done." And I said, "Awesome sauce." And then messaged me not too long after and said, "Never mind, I'm not going to stitch it. Please give me your address." Hold on, I'm literally opening this as we speak. Okay. KY Stitcher. So cute. So sweet. Very excited about this. Sue Hillis. I guess she's called 'Twas the Night. Ooh, check that out. It's even freaking, oh, Darla, it's autographed, but that's okay. I'm going to cherish this. And if you want this back, let me know. If not, I can pass it on. The reason I want this was I saw this on Nell, Little Yellow House Craft. Her finish blew me away with gorgeousness. Now, I didn't realize at the time that there's like half stitches or quarter stitches or other kinds of nonsense on here. But there appears to be a very detailed explanation, and I'm sure I can learn. I'm not too scared. So then I was kind of creepy. And Nell, I hope this is okay. And I had to track down her video because what she stitched it on, it made it freaking gorgeous. So I went out and bought the fabric that Nell used. This is a 32 count raw opalescent Belfast linen from Zweigart. It's got the sparkle on it. And I will be starting this as soon as, one, I make sure I have this one's not waiting till Mania. I want to do this too bad. I need to make sure I have the floss, and then I'm gonna start it probably like November. I've got some other plans, but oh my god. Okay, so you guys, blown away. Like all of those charts off my Stitchy wish list, fulfilled like in a day. And I know that Michelle is sending me one more chart that I really want. And I think I have enough to stitch until I'm 55 or older. So here's where my giveaway comes in. Are you ready? I cannot believe that you guys are just so kind and sent me all of that stuff. I'm floored. I'm flabbergasted. And I want to give back a little bit. The Stitchy wish list thing is so fun, so fun. I don't have a lot of stash. Hold on. We might be getting a visitor or not. We'll see. I want to get somebody a chart off their wish list, but there are going to be some rules. Okay, because a lot of the things that I'm seeing are super gorgeous and super beautiful, but they've also been out of print for 10 years, or, you know, you go on eBay and they're $100 or craziness. I'm not totally made of money, so I can't promise anything. So I'm going to say, sorry, I think I just got bit by a bug. Here are the guidelines for the giveaway. You need to be a subscriber, and I think I'm going to kind of check. And I know that seems a little nitpicky, but this is a giveaway for my Flosstubaversary. You can subscribe today, the day that you're seeing this. That counts. 18 or have your parents' permission. Don't say giveaway in the whatever comments below. I didn't really think this through that much. So I need to be able to get a hold of your wish list, and I want it to be kind of a surprise. So I don't want you to just say, this is the chart. So if you win, I'm going to message you, and you are going to send me 4 charts. So you need to find 4 charts that you love. Each chart needs to be $30 or less. Don't worry about shipping. I can deal with shipping. So $30 or less. And that's because that way I can put a little extra in there. Okay. So if you give me 4 charts and 2 of them are 50 and 1 of them 75, you're going to get whatever the cheapest is. If you send me 4 charts and all of them are over budget, I'm going to ask you to go again, pick again. And it's, you know, it is what it is. It is what it is. What was I saying? Okay. So to enter this giveaway for 1 chart off your Stitchy wish list, you need to comment below. Should you comment? I want a fun comment. I want to start a conversation. Oh, you know what I need? You need to point me in the direction of your favorite easy to make dinner recipe. Bonus if it's kid friendly, but it doesn't really matter. I am totally karate mom. I've been driving back and forth, and I get home late and kids are hungry. So I need things, if it's make ahead, freezer meals, whatever. So give me a recipe. Just one, or, you know, a website, copy and paste, or tell me to Google yard sauce and I'll Google it and find it. Favorite recipe. Put that in the comments below. That is going to get you an entry into the Stitchy wish list giveaway. Okay. Like I said, 4 charts, so have those in mind. It is the 10th. I'm going to keep this open for exactly 2 weeks. I can't math. I'm not a Steph. So on September 24th, I will do a video, either a quick one that just announces the winner or another floss tube, and then we can start. So that being said, please don't give me charts that you need pronto, because it's going to be 2 weeks before I even choose the winner. And then I'm a little bit of a slow shipper unless it comes to my eBay shop or my Etsy shop. So it might be another week or 2, because if I have to order the chart, I want it to come to me so I can make it more special and then send it to you. But that's just my way of saying thank you to this community. I can only do 1 at this time. I wish I could do 1 million. I could lower the value, but then you're not going to really get anything fun. So there you go. So that's that giveaway. Haul. Okay, so I didn't get a ton of stuff. So I didn't go crazy. But when I ordered the fabric for the Was the Night, I also ordered some other fabrics that I'm not 100% sure what I'm going to do with, but I needed some fabric stash. And I need more fabric stash, but I'm not going to order any right now. Because I was finding I had all of these amazing charts and nothing to stitch them on when I got the urge. So I ordered this 36 count Vintage Country Mocha, you know, mottled, prim, spooky, whatever you want it to be. I also got, and I literally just went on 123 and was like, click, 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 click. I didn't really think about it. I don't have things set aside for these. I just wanted neutral fabrics. 28 count mushroom Lugana. There you go. I think, oh, I don't even know. I forgot what I was going to say. Something just went in my eye. And then, since I've never had a piece of this, I also ordered a 32 count Haunted Belfast by Picture Those Plus. And it's super cool. But now I want the exact perfect piece to go on this. Michelle Bendy Googled and found the, says the Season Cardinal on this fabric. And it's gorgeous, but I don't know if I'm going to stitch this. I'm going to talk about my stitching midlife crisis here in a minute, and you'll know why. So, yeah, so if you've got something, or if you stitch something on here and it looks like freaking bomb, let me know. I don't want to hold on to it forever. And I like to stitch big things, so if it's big, it's big. All right, let's open some stuff. So these things are literally at my doorstep when I pulled in from speech today. Okay. Oh. I have more bobbinating to do. Whoop-de-doo. So this is great trash. I got, really, as my kids say, my floss. This is Lady of the Flag floss, and all things floss. It's also bobbins, cry neck for Lady of the Flag, John James Petites, because I've never tried John James Petites, and then Bowen Petites also. So that's exciting. Da-da-da-da. Da-da-da-da. This showed up today. I don't know what this is. Look. Oh. All right. So I switched my floss club at Victorian Motto from limited to primitive. That'll work. So who did we get? We got Old France. Oh, and there you go. Old France. This gorgeous red. Not very variegated, but that's cool. Not Old France. Oh my dear Lord. Old Favorite. Old Favorite. The reason I switched is because Heather, Link is my homeboy. I forgot my biggest news of all. I'll tell you in a minute. And I are going to split and share. This is called Antique Cocoa. Ooh, this is really pretty. I'm sorry about the light, you guys, but it's brown. Again, not very variegated, but really pretty. This is called Pottery. 3768 is the conversion. Pottery. Green Potion. 523 DMC is the conversion. Ooh. Ideas. Juniper. No DMC conversion. That's definitely not showing up. It's not teal at all. It's a very deep dark green. Better figure out my lighting for you next time. And then Primitive Stone. So Heather, I will get this split sent at some point. All right. Biggest freaking news. I'm going to StitchCon. Woo! Yes, I paid my deposit and I have a roomie. If you haven't guessed, it's Heather. Link is my homeboy. Talk about awkward. So my biggest fear about StitchCon was who I was going to room with and who I'm going to sit with, because I am completely socially awkward and can't figure out life sometimes. You guys, I messaged Heather like, oh my god, you're going to StitchCon, do you need a roommate? Be okay to say no, please. Thankfully, I didn't scare her, and she said yes. So the Heathers are going to room together. I think I'm going to fly into her state. I don't know anything about the Midwest. I don't know where I'm going. I don't know where I haven't even looked up plane tickets, but I think I'm going to fly to her and drive down with her. Hopefully that's cheaper, but if not, I think that'll be a fun little drive. Not like she doesn't have to drive by herself, but we'll see. So I will be there. I'm flying in. I don't even know when I'm flying in. I think I'm flying in Thursday, leaving Sunday. I don't know. I haven't even looked at plane tickets. What am I talking about? But StitchCon, whoop whoop. I am so excited. It will be my first retreat. I want to meet all the people, but I'm afraid to meet all the people because I don't want to be like the nerd. But I will be there. Yay! Oh, it's getting hot, you guys. Oh, and then one last thing. I want a little flip it from Kimberly Butler, Miss Stitch Adventure. She's going to StitchCon. Be my friend, Kimberly. January. Flip bits. Flip it bits. Flip it bits. That'll take me like no time to stitch up, but now I want all of them, and this is the only one I have. That's my problem. That's why I have a hard time getting into series, because I want them all. So there I am in a nutshell. Stitchy midlife crisis that I've been talking about. Basically, I've been really drawn to some big sampler 1/2 trinormal things. And, you know, I'm just going to stitch what calls to me. I've said it 100,000 times in my videos. The minute I put any kind of restriction on myself, if I make it a gift, if I try to do a sal, like Arbitrary August was super fun for the first 2 weeks, and then I hated it. I couldn't do it anymore because and then I tried to adapt it for me, but all I wanted to stitch on that month was Eliza, so that's what I did. I don't know. I think I'm going to try to let go of everything. And I love stitching, and I don't want it to be a burden, and I don't want it to be like, I want to have a lot to show you guys. And I wish I could make videos more often, but it's hard with life. And two, like, I know I've bought a lot of stuff in the last couple of months, but I'm not going to be buying anything else. I need to start saving, one for StitchCon, and Christmas is coming, and I can't buy anything else anymore. So I'm not going to have a lot of haul to show you, and, you know, if I'm only working on one thing, do you guys really want to see that? I don't know. We'll see. So I can't let Flosstube dictate my stitching, and I can't let my stitching bug disappear because I feel like I have to have things to show. So we'll just see. I'll just not do another video until I have enough stuff to show. And honestly, the second I say, like, okay, I'm going to focus on this month, I'll focus on it for 2 days and then I'm done. And so I'll have a lot to show anyways. I'm going to start Lady of the Flag today, like I said. I'll work on it again tomorrow so I can kind of join that party. But I'm really getting itchy and antsy to get back to all things, especially now that I have the floss for it. So there you go. It's almost 1. I only have about an hour and a half left, and I got to clean up and get these things uploaded. So we'll see if I get this up tonight. It might be tomorrow, Tuesday. So don't forget about the giveaway that you can enter. And then I think my next video, I'm going to give away stuff that I'm just not going to stitch. So thank you for watching. Thank you for joining. I'd love for you to hit subscribe. I'm starting to inch closer to 500 subscribers, and I've got a big old giveaway plan for that too. So once I get to 500, I'll let you know where we are with that. But you guys are awesome, and I hope to see you at StitchCon. Let me know if you're going. Oh, other Flosstube. I've been watching a lot of Flosstube, but seriously, I've really only been watching like the same like 7 or 8 people that everybody watches. And it's not that I don't want to watch you. With school, I just have really not had any time. Also, I tend to do a lot of my Flosstube watching while I'm working, and so I don't stop to comment unless I'm like, ooh, I gotta comment on that. Please know that I'm around. But if you want me to watch your video, let me know. Watch my video. I'll watch it. I'm down. Sorry, notification. Anywho, what was I going to say? That's it. Let me know if you've got a floss tube. I'll watch it. I'll shout it out next time. Thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for the thumbs up. Thank you for not doing any of it. Thank you for being an awesome community. I love y'all. All right. I'll see you later. Bye.